It's Julia Renee.
And Kendall Aaliyah. Welcome back to the Know Your Power podcast.
Guess who's back? Me,
Back
Chloe.
again. Chloe's back. I was listening to like throwback. That was really good.
It was
He
good.
came out with a new album.
Yeah, I was listening to his old
Andrew's
stuff
been loving
recently.
it.
Honestly, who's he?
Eminem.
Oh, that guy.
Slim Shady.
That guy. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
guy.
I need to listen to him more. I need to add him to my like gym playlist.
I don't think I realized just how angry him and old Lil Wayne, both so angry all
Old
the
Lil
time.
Wayne, not new Lil Wayne.
He's less angry now.
He's less angry now.
He's so angry now.
But yeah, Chloe's back, guys. We have a pretty rando episode today where we're doing a couple of different things. We're going to be doing some embarrassing gym stories. We're also going to do a little segment where we talk about DCC, Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders. I love how they call themselves DCC.
I know. I kind of
They're
like
wait,
it.
wait. Too long.
DCC. It is long.
Yeah.
It's,
And we needed to bring Chloe on to talk about this because
I want to talk about it like 2 months ago.
it was her idea.
Yeah, I think it
So.
was a full month ago, if not a little
Yeah,
more.
sorry guys, it's a little late.
Sorry. Hopefully you guys have all
Yeah.
seen it by now, though. It took me. I finished it last night. Was the last episode, so it took me a while.
And it's like trends go so fast that it's
No.
like you literally have to find it, talk about it, post it like the next day because there's going to be a new one. And
Yep.
it's like, who even thought about it? But yeah, Chloe's here.
We're gonna start though with a what the fuck is up at the gym because Chloe said she has one, and I'm excited to hear it.
Wait, can y'all go first?
We already
did ours, girl.
Oh, you did?
Last
Yeah.
I thought you do it every single time.
Well,
sometimes.
sometimes we have them, sometimes we don't.
I can try to think of one.
okay, it's okay. I guess I'll go. I don't like going first.
You got this.
I was at the gym this morning and this man had his headphones in and I guess he was just really, feeling his workout and he was just standing there dancing in front of the mirror. He was like,
Oh my
it
God.
was really cute. Like I didn't want to stare and like make it look like I was like laughing at
Yeah.
him, but like, I don't know. it was
I need a
really
mental
cute.
picture of what he looks like.
Just
Describe
a
him.
cute older
Like
man.
an old man.
Yeah.
Like how old?
Probably like 50 something.
Okay.
Maybe
That's
60.
literally
I just need to
so
visualize.
You know, like
adorable.
the classic, like gray T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
He was already super sweaty. Like
know what?
headphones.
You know what I learned that those men are called? Silver sneaker guys.
Really?
I've never
Because
heard this.
it's silver. I learned that this weekend. I'm proud. And
the
our
ones
dad
Daddy
is a
would
silver
used to
sneaker
wear?
guy. It's the older man that
Oh my
goes
God.
to the gym.
The New Balances.
and they wear their silver. And I'm like, I know exactly who that guy is.
the high
And it's
socks.
so-
All of our dads
Yes,
are silver
honestly
sneakers.
so cute.
I like that there's a silver fox and then a silver sneaker guy.
It's true.
Those are the two
Completely
divisions.
different things. Completely different
Same
things.
age group. Just
But-
depends.
It was
Yeah.
really cute. I was like,
That's cute.
honestly
I'm not going to lie. I'm one to dance at the gym. You would think I wouldn't. But I'm sitting there and I'm grooving. Not all out. Probably not as all out as this man. But
I know,
I'll be
I will
sitting
be
there
doing
and I'll
that
be
too.
swaying and I'll
Especially
be
if
like,
it's a good song.
I get really into my music in the gym.
I don't. I just pace.
I just
Looks at watch.
I literally like look at my watch and pace back and forth like a crazy person.
Yeah.
Which honestly is probably annoying to people.
Eh.
I don't know. We'll see.
Same context as like no one actually cares.
Yeah, I'm just like walking back and forth.
no one like was looking
Last
at you.
episode, I was talking about like something that I did embarrassing at the gym for my what the fuck is up at the gym, and Julie was like, or nobody noticed at all, and I was
Nobody
like,
cares.
very good point. Huge.
Everyone's in their own world,
Yeah.
guys. And speaking of own world, DCC is their own world.
Yes.
They are wild.
I'm
what a
so
great-
curious.
It was
Segue.
so great. I know, that's great. I'm basically a podcaster.
Pod Pro.
It was so amazing,
I was just
sad,
about to say that.
happy,
Inspiring.
creepy,
They really
inspiring.
hit all the marks.
I went through the entire Hawkins scale of emotions while watching it.
Agreed.
And yeah. But what I did notice, because Chloe and I used to watch this with my mom when we were, we watched Dance
It was all
Moms
of
with
us,
my
yeah.
mom.
I watched
and
these
we
too.
watched it. And my view on it when I was that little was just in awe of them.
Sure.
And like, oh my God, they're like these beautiful like Barbies. And I still think that now, but now I'm like, I can actually notice like,
Yeah.
oh, some of this shit is fucked up.
You know what it reminds me so heavily of is the Victoria's Secret fashion shows. Like that same level of like idolizing as a young person.
Yeah.
And then you grow up and you realize and you see some of the negative sides and you see what these people do to look a certain way to get to these. And they work their whole lives or their own childhoods to step on those stages or be in those uniforms or like, I feel like I have a different maybe perspective because neither of you did like cheer, dance or gymnastics or anything, right?
We did gymnastics.
Okay.
I was trying to get Mama to find that one photo of us with our coach.
Yeah.
Because all of us, yes, we were so young, but all of us had a weird crush on our coach.
He was adorable.
And we'd be like,
You're just trying to see the coaches.
He was cute.
We'd be like, I don't know how to do it. I need help. And then looking back, I'm like, ugh, you're so weird.
Yeah.
But like, I sucked at it. Julie was great, but I was trying to get her to find that photo because I wanted to post it.
That's fine. If you find it, you
really
gotta add
cute.
it.
The amount of times my
little
mom has to go
leotards.
flipping through scrapbooks looking for old photos because Chloe's asking for them for the
No, I love
pod.
that though. I love it. Also seeing like young Julia is always so funny to me. I don't know why you're so
cute.
different.
She did ballet also.
I did.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you probably get it a little bit. Where
I was
like,
just like
did
too young
everything.
to understand
For sure.
like the pressure that they get to at a certain level when it's like, okay, this isn't just like little girls in tutus anymore where now it's like, okay, this is a thing that you want to pursue.
So when I was a cheerleader, what's it even called? See, I don't even remember, like elite cheer, whatever, like not for the school. It was like the competitive cheer.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking
And I was really young, but I was a flyer. So they had me on like the girls my age team and then on like the seniors team. So like girls in high school, I'm probably like 9 years old, if not even younger, to be honest.
Oh, you were probably flying up to the ceiling then.
I was easy to throw because I was tiny.
You're like, oh shit, Kendall went through the ceiling.
But I feel like a lot of these traits and things that we're going to talk about a little that we like saw in DCC, like none of it was a surprise because I was like, oh, that was my childhood. Like all of those same like body standards, they talked about how I looked, they talked about the way I acted. You had to always be in a good mood. You could cry backstage the moment you step out. You're like expected to be a perfect Barbie doll, like what you were saying. And it was weirdly like nostalgic, but almost in a negative way where I was like, oh, I forgot that I had all these standards put on me. And it's one of those things you're almost hopeful that like maybe it was just your coach or like maybe it was just your gym or like maybe it was just the time, and to see that they still are very much so that way with a lot of their standards was like really hard to see of like, oh, they haven't, like this culture hasn't changed at all. And I thought it was interesting because I thought it was, like you were saying, both equally inspiring and motivating, and you get to see an insight on how hard these girls work because this is like their life mission, right? Like they have careers, they're going to college, like they are doing things and they still are working so hard towards this thing. It's almost like us with the Olympia or something where it's like that's the end goal. It's like being on like the DCC squad is the end goal. And at the same time, you're also seeing the hardships and the pressure and the coaches sometimes crazy mindsets, and it's cool that they laid out everything and they weren't trying to make it a certain way.
Yeah, I was honestly surprised that they went into certain topics as deep as they did. Like they don't get paid enough. Sometimes
that was so annoying.
the creepy men stalking, like that they were. I would have thought that they wanted to just present it in like a froofy way and everything's great.
I think that's what the other one more so did.
You're
that
right,
was way
actually.
that was way more so the tryouts and the process, but this was a literal, documentary, and it did show everything.
And I think people liked it way more, honestly.
I did.
Yeah. And one of the things that I looked it up on Reddit because I was wondering if anyone else was creeped out by it. But do you guys remember the scene where it's the start of one of the episodes and they're taking a tour of the Dallas Cowboy Stadium, and it's a group of men being toured by a man, and they walk into the locker room of the girls and their photos are on there, their uniforms are hanging. It was the creepiest
I actually
part, almost the creepiest part of the whole thing.
I did too.
I was uncomfortable.
They literally said, stand in front of the one that you like the best. And they did, and they like took a photo with it.
And then they were asking like, how do I find these girls? Are they on social media? And I'm like, oh my God. And these were all like probably men with wives and kids.
50s.
That's the vibe they gave off.
And then there was one part where it's kind of weird because actually this has happened to me similarly.
Was it the thing you're talking about in Thursday's video?
With bodybuilding. And I forgot I need to talk about that.
You looked so scary in that clip.
Wait,
like mad?
She She was talking about a man who came up to her.
gotta tell
and she
you.
was like, I was like, you look really scary.
I'll tell you guys about that in a little bit. I won't forget. But even with like the DCC and like how people would want photos of them signed, and then like moms would come up and say like, I'm going to get one for my husband, or I'm going to get one for my son.
The son is so weird.
People have done that to me before.
She was like, oh, they're 16 and 14, so they'll love this. And it's like what the?
That was
what?
Like that was
also saying that to another woman is just, I don't know. It's like icky.
Yeah. It's almost like now that you're like a little pretty object plaything.
That was exactly what I was gonna say.
You know, it's
that's the side I'm so
weird.
glad they show how hard these girls work and train and what they do and like what they go through to even make the team and like the heartbreak of it all if you don't make it or if your friend leaves. I'm glad they showed that side, because when it is just so glamorized, people go, oh, these aren't real people. It's so easy to just assume their life is perfect, their hair is perfect, their makeup's perfect, their emotions must be perfect. And it's like, no, they're very much so still, this is their job and they're here to work and they are athletes.
Their poor bodies, man. I was like,
that too.
Pardon my language, but every day ripping your vagina like that in half. I mean, like with the kick, jump in the air, split, land. I'm like,
it took me everything to not try it in my living room.
They do the perfect little,
yes.
You know, I'm doing the movement that they do when they do the kicks, the thing that they're known for, basically.
Yeah.
And I loved like seeing all of the years of them doing that same thing. And when I was describing it to Zach, I was holding my phone in my right hand, and I was like, "This documentary is so good." I was like, "They literally split their vagina in half." In the air and land.
Like, it reminds me when you pull a Barbie doll.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
We used to do that. We would like pull their legs and we would put them like in the splits. Like that's what they look like, because they're stunning, gorgeous, and like petite. And on that topic of the petite, there's a quote about the uniforms, and it basically says, once the uniform is fitted to you, it will not be altered. It's giving scary. Like, do you remember that? It was a movie where it says, you don't alter Vera Wang to fit you, you alter yourself to fit Vera Wang. I think it's like it's from.
I can't help but think of Mean Girls.
I'm thinking of like Devil Wears Prada.
Devil Wears Prada or it's Bride Wars with Anne Hathaway.
I know. I think
it might be that one where Anne Hathaway like sabotages her to gain weight by sending her a bunch of food before her wedding, and she's trying to fit into her Vera Wang, and she's like, "You don't alter Vera Wang, you alter yourself."
That's crazy.
So it was giving those vibes.
Yeah,
but just like
the standards are crazy,
even to the point of having them change their look. Like one of the girls literally went from being blonde to being
and then
brunette.
Did she get let go?
I don't think she did. I think it was another one. I don't know if she went blonde to darker, but she was like that like reddish brunette.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie, I think.
Yes, she got let go.
So sweet.
Correct.
Yeah,
I can't imagine someone like changes who I am, dyes my hair, gets my hopes up, and then is like, you're not making the team.
Yeah,
especially such a drastic color change like that, where it's like, you're a blonde. No, now you're a brunette.
Yeah.
This is what will look better on you. And they were even talking about like eyebrows and how to do their makeup differently.
Yeah,
which like, different. I know they have a certain look, but it was just crazy seeing the detail.
No, it is.
Of like what they needed to adjust.
It is.
What were you about to say?
I was going to say the one transition from blonde to like the slightly brunette, whatever. I do think she looked great after.
Yeah.
I was like, that was a good call.
Right?
Some of them
I thought
it was
she looked
like
stunning after. Stunning before too.
Yeah,
but
what's her name? I think when Charlie got let go, wasn't like them telling them that they're, you need to go home. Wasn't it just so uncomfortable?
So
it reminded me of when, we would try out for sports in like middle school and high school, and they, come here. And you could, like, how could they not tell? Like, they're just like, okay, like they're just gonna tell me one.
They're gonna tell me I look amazing today.
Yeah, like one adjustment, and literally when they sat down, it was like you could tell that they were trying everything they could to just be nice, and
they were beating around the bush, bro.
Yeah, and then it literally
annoying.
was like watching a breakup. Like they were like,
What can I do?
I can work on it. I can do it.
Oh my God, you're
and
right.
like, bargaining. And I'm like, this is so hard to watch.
So
I can
change.
When I was
literally,
watching,
they're like, honey, it can't fix in a week. No.
that was so good. Two things. One, I feel like she is a master at like essentially firing people now, where she knew to give them compliments first. She would compliment sandwich it.
Yes.
She would be like, gorgeous,
You're beautiful.
stunning, amazing, not for this team, but you're
You're fired.
You're short. Get.
that one broke my heart too. And
The short.
I did
People
think
were
of
so
Julia.
mad about her. Yeah.
Because I was like, you cannot control your height. They should have known
They should have
beforehand.
told her
and
also.
to say that she looks like a little girl running after the team was so disrespectful to anyone. First off, she was not that short. Like in the lineup, you could not even pinpoint her. I had to look for her to be like, what are they even saying?
No.
Because anyway, in the lineup, they're like height gradual, tallest
Right.
in the middle. You can't tell at all. I was like, what are these women on about?
They really should have at least told her. And then I think even that lady's name is Charlotte. I think she's the boss of all of them, I guess. But they were like, maybe we should add a height minimum. And they should have, and I would have much rather them tell me it's because of my height rather than something else I'm doing, because she's going to come back next year.
come back.
She's at the Dolphins right now, but
Good for
Good.
the
her.
Miami Dolphins, but
Leave them.
Yeah, I mean,
leave them.
That's the one, not one critique. That's one of many critiques that I have, is that they were not direct with their firing. And I don't know if it's just me, but there were some points where they were firing where they were kind of gaslighty. Just a wee bit of the gaslighting
Half
where it
of
was like
them.
they kind of like turned it around on them, and it's like trying to get them to actually quit.
I
You know
remember
what I mean?
there was one girl, she had like really short blonde hair, and like was one of my favorites because when she tried on the uniform, I was like, she looks so good. So I was rooting for her, and she was one of the rookies, and they called her in, and they were like, we think you're like really nervous, and her face goes like, huh? And then they're like, I think we can see it on your face, and you're really fatigued, and you could tell she was like, I'm literally fine.
She's like, what do you
remember
But
that
then,
part.
but then it's like she didn't say anything. She was like, "Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Oh, I must have been nervous." And it's like that's like fully gaslighting and telling someone what they are instead of asking.
Yeah, it's
Speaking
like,
of the
you don't
yes,
want to be on
ma'am.
this team.
Yeah, it's like,
You don't want to be on it, right?
I'm pretty sure I worked
right?
all year for this.
Speaking of yes, ma'am, did y'all hear that one part where one of them just said yes, and then she goes, yes, ma'am, like correcting her. And she's like, yes,
Break my
ma'am.
heart.
I'm like,
Probably the New Jersey girl. I'm telling you, up north we do not say yes, ma'am. I have learned it now.
Oh,
oh,
I want to talk about Victoria.
My love. I just want to give her a hug.
I mean, first of all,
okay. What were your first impressions before you went on like social media though? Because
I didn't-
my first
I didn't
impressions
see
were
anything on social media.
I didn't go
Really?
on social media.
Oh, okay.
You
Never mind.
spilled the
Yeah.
tea.
Nope.
On Victoria, I, from the very beginning, knew that she wasn't on the team anymore from the first episode because of how they filmed her.
Oh yeah.
They filmed her looking in her room, looking healthy, looking happy.
Sad.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it was a stark difference in how she looked when she was there dancing versus
Nice touch.
sitting
Like a
there.
costume.
You could like her. She looked like she was alive. Like her face, like she looked alive, and she didn't look like she was faking being happy or anything. Like that. So I was like, I have a feeling that this girl's actually not on the team anymore for the reasons that she's talking about now. But I think the thing that broke my heart the most was hearing her say, I couldn't find the quote anywhere, but the thing that I love the most in the world is the thing that's hurting me the most. I said the quote wrong, but when I heard that, I was
No,
like,
that makes sense.
whoa.
Low, like for real. Chills.
Like to love something so much, but to know that it's like killing you. That's what she said. She said it's killing me.
I think the issue was she was not only living up to like her mom, but just like, well, I don't know what else.
When you're born and raised into a family that already has expectations of you
Yeah.
to end up being somewhere, like they were showing her as like a little girl, bow in the hair. They were talking about it. Like her mom was friends with the coach, where it was expected of her. Like,
Do you think
since
there was pressure?
childhood, insane. And
Yeah.
we were talking a little before filming the last episode because I finished the
Right.
series today or last night, and I was like, I feel like I'm someone that puts a lot of pressure on myself. I think that Victoria puts 1,000,000 times more on herself. And she is like one of those girls that puts on such a bold face, and she's so smiley. And the scene where she was like, went to talk to a girl and they turned around, I literally wanted to cry for her.
I did too. I just got
because I was
chills.
like, she's me. That would be me in that room with all of these girls where I didn't feel like I fully belonged, but I was trying so hard to be something. Not saying that she's not that, and she's going on and like still pursuing dance, because I did look at her Instagram because I wanted to make sure she's doing okay.
Yeah.
But I feel like she was doing that because her mom set her up to do that.
Yeah.
Like her mom told her, this is your goal.
Right. And her mom also said, she was like, you know, I was the popular one. And like trying to fill those shoes. Because even like having two extremely athletic siblings, me being very not at all.
Just to give you guys an example.
Yeah. And so I felt like whenever the coaches or like teachers would meet me, they're like, oh my God, Julia thought we were brother sister. I'm like, yeah.
I mean, people
I don't
would do that
sports.
to me too. They would be like, I know your brother Dom, and like, because he was the athlete
but
first.
You actually lived up to it.
Thanks.
Yeah, but it's a pressure that I feel like
sense.
Shouldn't be put on anyone else to fill anyone else's shoes, which is like common sense, but it happens all the time. And you definitely saw it, because she wasn't even the only like alumni's daughter on the team. There were a few.
Yeah, and the two sisters, I feel like that relationship was kind of.
It was a little toxic.
Yeah.
It was.
I didn't understand what was really going on. Why
I think the sister that had already retired was already feeling some sort of like. It's hard when it's not. One of the girls was like, I hope this isn't where I peak, right? And she was like, I'm going on to like do reality
I wanted to talk
TV.
about that too. That made me so sad.
Yeah,
just
that
the
they like
idea
don't
of
know
peaking.
what to do.
But I feel like that's how that older sister was feeling, was that like this was
And
her
then being
one
around
thing.
it.
And then imagine like your younger sister's doing it currently while you're going through surgeries because of the sport. And I can't, like, I'm sure that creates animosity. And they seemed like they had a decent relationship, but living together, sharing a bed together, I was like, there is no way. And like, I think it's some sort of jealousy. Like, it's hard not to want what your sibling is having if they're doing the thing you want or wish you could do.
But she had already done it.
Yeah.
She
just didn't really know what to do next, I think.
She probably felt a little bit lost.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like, the whole thing honestly was like just the epitome of being a woman in general.
It was.
And like, especially like just in media in general, it's like once you hit a certain age, no one cares about you. You're not young, especially with women. You're not, oh my God, you're 30, you're 35, you're looking old, you have wrinkles, her hair's gray, whatever. And I feel like once they hit that high, it's like, what the heck is next? No one cares about me. I'm not on the team. No one cares about me. Like, what the heck is next?
I think that was, it was sad to see like how much of the identity gets wrapped in being DCC, which I completely get that. I sometimes have these moments where I fear, what am I going to do when I'm not a bodybuilder?
Yeah.
Because you get so wrapped up in like, this is who I am. And it's not always going to be that way, especially with like the DCC stuff, is that their identity is, I am DCC. Exactly. This is who I am. But I feel like it's about finding out who you are also without that. And that's what they're all learning to have to do. So they're like stripped of this identity and then lost after that.
Especially if you could get kicked off after 1 year. That was insane. I understand keeping it fresh and everything, but I can't imagine it's like after a single year, your job is not safe whatsoever.
Head, I think before watching this, I would have assumed that they sign on for like a 2 or 3 year contract, and then maybe you either like re-sign, because that's like every football player, gets like at least like a 2 year contract or like
of
more.
$3 million plus
and they have to try out
that
every year.
That too, yeah.
I'm curious if they're going to continue. Do you guys know if they're going to keep doing them? Like for the next football season? Yeah, are they going to do another one?
That would be cool. The same way they did like the cheer docs.
Cheer docs.
You haven't watched that? That was so
you would love it.
What's it on? She said that was so tea. Oh, I'm
and
watching
it's here
that
in Texas.
Yeah, Texarkana, right?
Oh my God, I was so watching that.
I don't know.
I think it's Corsicana.
Texarkana's like a drink, isn't it, or something? I don't know. Whatever.
Texarkana's some other tiny town, but it's basically,
Navarro cheer.
Yeah, it's a very small. isn't it community college, which is crazy.
But they're really good at cheer.
Like everyone knows who they are. Everyone wants to go there, be there, especially now after the documentary. But
I'm so watching this.
What, 2 or 3
so
seasons? I think there's only.
I'm gonna watch it when I pack tonight.
There's more than one.
Yes.
Kendall's like, I got some
Maybe
watching
I also
to do.
need to watch it. I've definitely seen the first one multiple times because I was obsessed with it, and I watched it with my brother. I got him hooked. But I don't know if I've seen past that, if there are more.
It always
but
reminds me, what was that show that we used to watch when we were little about like the dance crew? And there was like 3 of them. I think it was from Disney.
Dance crew?
Shake It Up.
No.
I loved that.
It was a movie.
Such a good show. I love that show.
And it was like these rivaling high schools. They had their dance squad.
Camp Rock?
And they would like, no, not that.
Lemonade Mouth.
No.
Another banger.
Yes.
It's a different
That's
one.
okay.
Oh my
If
God.
you think
No,
High School
keep describing
Musical?
it. I want to.
It was like, all I can remember.
Are you sure it was dance?
Was it the jump rope one?
It might-
also slapped.
Oh, yeah. I listen to
Corbin
that
Blue.
frequently in the gym. Great pump up song.
Corbin Blue. Oh, I love that boy.
To the limit.
Oh my God, I can't with
so
that.
Good.
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called.
If you think of it, you let us know.
I think, no, let's move on.
Okay.
Let's go to our first embarrassing gym story.
Now I want to know.
Who wants to read first?
Wait.
I'm just
one
definitely,
has-
most definitely not reading the second one. I think I would have a panic attack and fall.
Do you want me to read the second
I'll
one?
read the first one.
Okay.
You said wait. Do you have something you want to say? Sorry.
Well, she
No,
always
I
goes,
think we talked about it.
What?
Everything.
Okay.
everything.
Okay, it says, hi, love the pod, currently listening to the newest episode, and I think I can
She's
one up
typing it.
I think I can one up Julia's story. Oh
My
no.
B story.
I own 2 different brands of gym shorts. One I wear underwear with, the other I don't. I have been using the ones where I go commando for the longest time, but alas, the laundry piled up last week and I didn't have my clean ones left. I'm so scared. And every time I read these, I get like really nervous.
Tense.
Like for them. Like I don't know where this is going. I was doing my glute day in my other shorts and had to stop in the middle of my deadlifts to go pee. I went to the bathroom, pulled down my shorts, sat down and started doing my business, only to realize I hadn't pulled my thong down. I had to smuggle my wet panties into my bag after some cleanup on aisle 4, that is, and continue my workout like nothing happened. Good for you for staying. I would have left.
Oh, for
Mine
sure.
is definitely way worse than that one.
The worst part is that
She was
was
like,
my
I don't mean to brag,
hold on,
but-
hold on. It gets worse. She says, the worst part is this was my second time doing this.
Aw.
Hearing this week's episode made me feel a little better. Love you both.
I've
She
done
couldn't
that
find
too.
the floss.
I have done that too.
I actually don't think I have. Like I've
definitely.
done just about everything you can do to embarrass oneself. I think this is the only thing I haven't done.
You take down one of the layers, but not the second layer, and then you're in a panic and you're alone and you're cold and you don't know what to do.
You're cold,
She's
alone,
getting
and in the
flashy.
dark.
And in the dark, I'm telling you,
Julie's having
I
flashbacks.
feel seen. I feel heard. I feel validated.
But my story's better.
Fellow PP girl here, and it was only a matter of time. And
I will
I'm
hold
sorry.
your hand through this audio.
I will.
You're not alone. You're
Welcome to the
seen in the
club.
bathroom community.
Welcome to the club. She said, I love how she says, I smuggled. Because I felt the same way. Like I wrapped my underwear.
We didn't even talk about this part
Good
of
thing
it
she
all.
had
Oh, yeah.
backup. Wait, did she say she had backup shorts?
No.
No, she
She's
pulled the
saying-
shorts
yeah,
down,
the
but
shorts
not
were
the
safe.
thong.
She just
Oh, I
had to
heard-
then go commando in the shorts.
Oh, I heard her
Yes.
say 2 pairs of shorts or something.
I
like
think
that.
in general
Okay.
she
Yes.
rotates like
but
2
she
pairs
wore
of
the
shorts.
different ones that day, and she usually doesn't wear thongs. So I get
That's
that.
funny.
Every time I go to that bathroom now, that bathroom. I literally a shiver runs down my spine.
what a baby.
And then
Shiver me timbers.
I do a double take. I look, okay, the seat's up. Look, I'm like, okay, the seat's
It
up.
was your fault.
Now you may sit.
Also, when
Ready?
I told my mom that story, she was surprised that they like had lids. She was like, none of the bathrooms at like my gyms or anything, like they're all like the half seat that
Yeah.
can flip up. None of them have like the closed lid.
That kind
And
of
I
makes
was like,
sense.
What's a half seat?
No, meaning just without a lid.
yeah.
It's just open.
Just like the seat.
Oh.
And if like a guy goes in, he could still flip that part up.
I think it's because it's like a makeshift bathroom because it's an
Yeah.
outdoor gym. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. Anyway.
Gives me the heebie-jeebies.
We all like froze.
I'm glad you worked past the trauma. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for sharing that, lovely lady. Welcome to the PP Club.
Lovely lady.
It's a exclusive club. There's only a couple people that are allowed. This next one is pretty long, so strap in, guys. Okay. Hello, Julia and Kendall. I have listened to your podcast and watched your YouTube to get me through endless mornings of early cardio and love the content you both create. I was worried you were done with the embarrassing gym stories, but it sounds like you might do a few more.
Keep them coming.
You're ready for a little TMI here / girly problems. Little backstory. I work out part-time work at wait.
She works out at and part-time works at a gym.
Yes, in town as a personal trainer. I love the gym that I go to, and since it's a relatively small area, I know a lot of the members that go to the gym on a day-to-day basis. I usually do my workouts from 5:30 to 7 a.m., so I see the same group of regulars there most days. One morning I was there at my normal time and it was leg day, so I headed over to the leg press. For context, the leg press at my gym is a 45-degree machine, not a horizontal / upright kind. I did my warm-up sets and then my 2 working sets, added weight each set, and went for my last really heavy set. Out of nowhere, I got a sharp pain in my lower abdomen. Without meaning to, I let out a really loud, strange noise. And it took me a second to realize what had just happened. A cyst had burst on my last rep in the middle of the well-lit gym. So not only did I make a super strange sound due to the pain, I also knew I needed to waddle out of there as fast as possible because I was about to have a real problem and most likely bleed even more on my leggings than what had already started. Thank God it was an all black leggings day. The gods were looking out for you.
Real.
I stood up as quickly as I could from the floor, which was not easy due to both the pain and all the people staring at me, and waddled off the gym floor. It was... I was so embarrassed, and there is no good way to explain to anyone what had just happened. I went to the locker room, into the bathroom, and then literally snuck out of the back door to not be seen. To this day, the experience haunts me because I live in a small town and work at that gym and had to go back the next day and act like nothing happened. It's like, sis, too.
Dude, that's crazy.
I really wish I could pull a Kendall and switch gyms after something that bad. I really do. Sorry again if this is TMI. I may not make the cut, but if it does, it haunts me, and I'm wondering what the few people who saw me actually think happened.
That is actually, like, this isn't embarrassing. This is, like, traumatizing and scary, and I really hope you're okay.
Scary.
I have like a little bit similar of a story just to make you feel seen.
So
okay?
glad you're okay.
No, like truly, because that can be really dangerous also and like have a lot of complications. Yes, I hope you are good now and don't have a cyst or managing them, and that I can't imagine that happening. When I was in 8th grade.
Sorry,
is my mic being weird?
You do.
I heard it too.
I'm sorry.
Is it still doing it? I'll put a little disclaimer. We're having a little audio issue. If I sound really weird, I am so sorry, and I will try to fix it in post. And hopefully, you guys can't hear it at all, and you have no clue what I'm talking about. Anyway, when I was in 8th grade, now it's all I can notice.
I'm sorry.
Now, when I was in 8th grade, I had a really bad cyst, and instead of it bursting, I was passing it. I was going to give birth to the cyst, and I don't tell the story. Traumatizing. Let me tell you, being like how old are you in 8th grade? Like 12, 13-year-old girl giving literal birth in the nurse's room was not fun, traumatizing. But same thing where it's like, I go to this school. No one knew what exactly happened, but they knew I was almost rushed to the hospital. I was ghostly white. I knew I was hemorrhaging. I was even too embarrassed to tell the teachers, so I was lying to them about it. I was like, I just have a tummy ache, when in reality, like, it's so traumatizing. Yeah. And cysts are really no joke, and that is my most traumatizing part of my entire life. I think, even though it like went by really fast, and I'm sure you feel the same way, and it's like easy to be like, haha, it wasn't that crazy. But I really do hope you're okay.
It in public.
Yeah, because it's hard and it's scary, and we're like taught to like not ask for help with certain things, and it's like, dude, I would have made a scene if that burst in the middle of the gym. You would have had to have carried me out to the ambulance. Like, no way I was walking out of there alone.
The ambulance.
So good for you.
Call an ambulance.
Call an ambulance. I would have been like, a cyst just bursted and I still crushed my leg day.
Yeah, no, literally. Have either of you ever bled through in public or at a gym or anything like that?
I always think I do. I always think it's worse.
That's why I do my butt jump. So no, because
just to make sure.
I do my butt jump where I look into the mirror, and usually I'm too short to see my butt in the mirror, and I jump and I look and I'm like, solid.
It only happened to me once, and it was in school. Again, 8th grade. Anyway, past period trauma. So I see you a little bit, but I hope you're okay. Do you want to read the last one?
Oh, I didn't know we had another one.
Yeah, we got one more.
Thanks. Oh, you look
I
so
was
cute.
lining it up for
You
you.
look like a little turtle. Oh, okay. Firstly, I would like to say how much I love listening to your podcast. This is a short story of my worst gym experience. It all starts off at 5:30 a.m. where I find out there is no water bottles in my house. I end up dry scooping my mojito, flavored pre-workout with milk. Oh.
That sounds
as my city states not to consume tap water. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I was concerned.
Scared.
When I get to the gym, I'm very sleepy as I walk in and I see two large figures running to me and I started to scream. Come to find out they were hosting a HIIT class and the people running towards me were actually far away from me and were just jump roping due to the dark lighting. I thought they were running towards me. After making...
I'm just imagining this all.
After making myself look dumb in front of people I've never met before, I got invited to join the HIIT classes. They felt bad for scaring me. Everything was perfectly fine until they started doing box jumps. I felt that I needed to prove myself after what had just happened earlier, and I got the biggest jump box they had. I fell.
I fell.
Now I have a nice pretty scar on my leg, reminding me of that embarrassing worst day ever. P.S. I never returned to the gym again.
Oh my God, I love that.
I love the way you tell stories. I don't know if it's how Chloe read it or how it was written, but it was 10 out of 10.
Thank you.
It was both. It was Chloe
like
reading it. It really was. Because I'm just imagining, like, I know what I'm like at 5 a.m. If you try and talk to me like, and she screams, she just walks in and goes, and there's nobody coming towards her. They're just jump roping in place. And she thought that was running. I totally get that.
Side note, jump roping is very hard.
Very hard.
I get this way with bugs, where if I think there's gonna be a spider, or if someone mentions a bug,
you literally convince
and then
yourself.
like if dust moves or like a piece of my hair, I freak out. So I fully get it. Like that 5 a.m.
It's the
like
pre-scream.
Yes, we're like, what if someone's running at me, and then you open the door and you think you see it?
Yeah, I do that when I say ouch. Like so.
You preemptively
say ouch. So like if I think that I'm going to run into something or that something is going to hurt, I say ouch before it happens. And then I'm like, oh wait, that didn't hurt.
I actually used to do that too, where I would say ow when things weren't painful. I don't know if it was like a way to cope. Yeah. I don't know.
Ow. It's usually how it
good
sounds.
Good times.
Ow. Or you go, ah.
That was so funny.
And I go, it wasn't actually that bad.
Wait. I have to tell. Wait, is that the last story?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I already told Julie this, but I have to tell you a story that my boyfriend said. So my boyfriend doesn't like going to the gym. Neither do I, but you got to do what you got to do. And the other day I really didn't want to go to the gym. And so I asked him, like, do you want to go with me? And he's like, oh, I really don't want to. And I was like, how would I bribe you? There's this chicken place that they sell fried chicken across the street at the gas station. It's really good.
Gas station chicken.
And it's called, it's called Crispy Crunch. And I said, I was like, I'll get you Crispy Crunch. And he goes, now Crispy Crunch? He's like, okay. And he goes, got to gain those calories back that I lose somehow.
He's literally so cute. He's the dad joke king.
I also have realized bribing my boyfriend's the easiest way to get him to do stuff. So like I, as we know, take a lot of my photos by myself, and like we're having a content day today, and I'm so grateful because I'm sick of self-timer and like running back and forth. Anytime I ask him to take photos, I have to be like, I'll get you Juice Land after.
Ooh,
I'll get you an iced coffee.
Mine for Zach is like, I'll give you a head massage. Yes. I had like I kind of had like these couple of videos that I wanted to do with Zach, and like I wanted to do them like when I wanted to do them. And I was like, will you film these 2 videos with me, please? And he's like, wait, you're going to make me look like the dummy in the video? And I was like, I mean, yes. And I was like,
obviously.
This is my page. And I was like, I'll give you a head massage. And he was like, fine.
See, the way he bribes me is head scratches. I'll be like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go there. I'll give you head scratches later. And I go, you promise? He'll be like, yeah, I promise.
It's called hair plays in our house.
Hair plays, head scratches, head scratches.
I'm also, side note, truly believe that's why my hair started growing faster.
The stimulation.
The follicles.
Like there is research behind that, but I fully believe it. And I'm you have to play with my hair because my hair is going to be longer and prettier.
And
really, you're helping me.
It's just going to benefit you in the long run. Yeah. So this is kind of just a win-win situation.
Yeah. Give me head scratches. I'll be prettier next to you.
Yeah, I'll be Victoria's Secret model hair.
Oh, it's
Let's be real. Do you guys want to hear my quick story about the guy in Dallas
Oh, yes.
Yes.
or Fort Worth.
Yes.
You
Unless
didn't
it's
finish.
traumatizing.
You didn't really finish the story of the clip that I watched, so you need to tell.
I didn't.
You need to say word for word what happened next.
I'm
I
ready.
need more details.
Okay, so again, it is 5 a.m. I'm at a hotel in my jams,
My gym jams.
and I walk downstairs to get some coffee. You know, it just woke up, not really quite there physically, mentally, or spiritually. And I go to the coffee thing, and there's this guy. At first,
Wait,
it
at the
was
hotel?
great. At the hotel.
Oh, I thought this was at the gym. That's
No,
even worse.
It's at the hotel.
I'm scared.
In the lobby, in front of the coffee thing.
Okay.
And he's full energy, 5 a.m. He was adorable at first.
How old was he?
I would say, he told me because he made it very clear about how cool it was
Year of age.
that he can do certain things at his age.
Oh God.
I think he was 47. He's like, hey, hi, are you here for the CrossFit Games? And he's kind of like, he's bouncing back and forth to me. So I'm in the middle grabbing my coffee. He's bouncing over here to the right, bouncing over here.
I can fully picture
It was
it.
crazy. And he's like, are you here for the CrossFit Games? Are you a bodybuilder? And we start talking about bodybuilding.
Was
and like,
he?
he was just a guy there. Really don't know what he was doing there.
Interesting.
I think he was going to go to the CrossFit Games, and he's like, I just finished a bike ride. And I was like, that's amazing. I'm glad that you're doing that. Like,
Sounds like
amazing,
a kid.
sweetie.
yeah, watch this. Yeah. Look what I could
That's a
do.
little trick. Oh,
It's
so funny.
like, never mind. I was going to say it's like Creed when he tries to do a cartwheel.
Just
Anyways.
one beautiful cartwheel.
So it was great. We were talking about fitness and stuff, and I'm really, really tired, and I do have to genuinely like leave to get ready. And I start kind of walking to the elevator, just slowly eking away. I'm like, that's awesome. That's cool.
It's kind of crazy how
like,
so
bye.
many people feel like you owe them a conversation simply because of like how you look.
Yeah.
I would second that.
Yeah.
Everyone
Like
knows not to talk to
someone
me.
just has to come up to you and start a full conversation about,
Yeah.
I don't know what you do. Anyway, go ahead.
It was cool at first. Like, I mean, it was.
Like, yeah, I'm buff.
No.
Get in line.
It was nice, and then it turned because he just was.
Yeah.
Because I love hearing people that are excited about like their fitness journey and the things
Right.
that they're eating, and then he starts going on a tangent about like somebody that was downtown that was trying to jump him,
Oh.
and he started getting a little racist
Oh.
about the story that he was telling
Not good.
and the people that are in the story. And he's like, they weren't going to get me. He's like, I done boxing. I was a linebacker. I played basketball. And he's literally like posting up to me, and he's like, the girl that was trying to jump me, she was about your size. She's about your size. And you standing here right now, he's like, you wouldn't be able to get me. He's dead serious. I thought he was
that
joking.
would send me into like panic attack mode. Like I would run and
We're like, are you trying to fight me right now?
It wasn't scary. It was funny.
okay.
He was not joking. He was being serious, but he was like, you standing there right now. He's like, you wouldn't be able to get me. You know why? Because I did boxing.
Should
I was a linebacker.
Right?
Square in the jaw.
gotta go.
It was more so like, this is what it felt like. It was like, when you're a little kid and you're like, you can't. I am a black belt in karate.
Hold me back.
And
Someone hold me back.
it was very much like that. And I was just like standing there like stunned
Sure, Jan.
that this was a human that I was interacting with. And I was like, all right, cool. It's like, nice to meet you. I got to go upstairs, and I'm walking upstairs. He's like, hey, can I have your Instagram and stuff like that? And I'm like, yeah, sure. I mean,
Yeah.
you can have my Instagram, but all of my messages will go to requests, and I only answer the girls.
Better than a
so
number.
It's fine. Yeah, and he's like, I follow your journey and everything. He's like, you're an IFBB pro, like that's so cool. Blah blah blah. And I'm getting ready
he doesn't
to leave.
follow you, right? Already?
No.
Oh,
He didn't know who I was or
Okay.
anything. And then I'm starting to walk, and I'm pressing the elevator button. I'm like, come on. And it starts opening, and then he follows me and starts still following me towards the elevator. And he's like, wow, like your legs really do look, whoa, like looking at my social media.
Also,
and
I hate
getting
when
closer
people
to me.
scroll on my own social media right in front
It's
of me.
just-
It makes me so
terrible.
uncomfortable.
And then he's like, he's like, let me see your legs. And I'm standing right there in pajamas. And
Was
I'm
it
like,
just y'all two in the elevator too?
no, this is in front of the elevator. I haven't even stepped into the elevator.
Okay.
I've been
like,
trying
that's
to, and I hadn't. And he's like, let me see your legs. And I was like,
standing right here.
I was like, I'm right here. Like, what are you talking about? And he goes, turn around.
Oh.
And I literally was like, I'm not going to do that.
good for you, Slay.
gonna
I would have
leave.
been like,
Sorry, it's not
and
funny,
he
but-
says,
so you said word for word, I'm not going to do that.
I said,
and then,
I'm not going to do that. And he says,
let me get closer.
I'm going to see it on social media anyways.
This guy.
I was...
That makes
gonna hurt
actually,
people's
I don't get
Sorry. Guys, I'm literally getting hot just thinking about it.
I don't get mad easily. That like even when he said, let me look at your legs, that would have sent me into absolutely fuck off.
It's so
dude.
annoying how they start nice, and then the second you say one small tiny no,
Yeah.
it's
And
insanity.
You said the dogs
I want to
off.
make it very clear too. Like I am very appreciative of the people that come up to me and compliment my physique because I know it takes and talks to me about bodybuilding and stuff. But one thing that I've noticed over the past couple of years, and I think the first time I noticed it was when I was at the Arnold Expo. At the very end of the evening at the Arnold Expo, it was like person after person. They were all men who would come up and they would come up to you and say, flex here, do this. They would tell you what they wanted you to do in their photo with you. I even had one guy that said, can I take a photo with you? I was like, yeah, sure. He grabs me and he puts his head on my shoulder. And it's almost like I never felt like more of an object in my whole life because it's like dance, monkey dance.
It's like we were saying with the DCC girls where they like view you as this like object or like this person that is there for you to take a photo with like a prop. And it's like you're not a real human being in their eyes. And
glad they don't have the don't
what they were
touch
saying
rule.
exactly, like I feel like almost implement that more of like you just stand next to someone and we can flex or we can do whatever. You don't have to touch me or engage with me. Like that's such a boundary.
Yeah, like I had multiple people at the Arnold's that would say, do this, now do that, now do this. It's like you're a prop and they're telling you what to do. It just felt, and then after that, there was another group of younger guys that came up to me and one of the other athletes, Alex, and he said, we took a photo, it was normal. And then he turns to me and he says, can you smell my cologne?
Ew.
Oh, yeah, you told me this one.
And I said, I'm not going to do that. I was like, we're done, like leave, you know, because they wanted to take a photo of me leaning in to him, like as if I was like going to kiss him or something. Yeah. And
like, Zach, get over here.
It's just a respect thing.
Yes.
I'm really sorry that happened to you in Dallas. Like that's kind of like traumatizing. Plus you're staying there. You know what I mean? Like that's scary.
That's why I was concerned when you were on the elevator. I was like, does he know which one you went into?
The thing is too, is like, even after that, I said, I'm not going to do that. And then he says, I'll see it on social media. Then I walk into the elevator and I press my floor. Yeah, I press my floor and then he comes in. He goes, oh, well, I got to go up anyways. And I was like,
I would start pressing every number.
I was getting ready to like walk back out. But then the front desk lady, I think had something for him because he was waiting for something. That's why he was there. She saved my ass because he walked out and and the door closed and he never followed me. So it was great. Scary. But yeah, thought you guys should know.
It's like creepy. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm also such a fan of like
you need some pepper spray.
Of like tell the people that work there or be like, hey, like this guy was like harassing me.
But the thing is like it happened so quick.
Yeah.
It was like everything was fine. And it was very normal. I didn't feel threatened or anything. Like I can always tell the vibe. And then as soon as he said, turn around.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, oh, this is going somewhere different. And then that's when I switched and was
like, to go and ruin
we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Bye.
Which good for you. Because
Jesus
like,
Christ.
I know we were joking about it, but it's very easy to be like, oh, okay, I guess I have to, you know, but like stand up for yourself.
Also, since you're kind of I guess, newer to this,
I'm
going
still-
to all these events, like, what the hell do you even say to that?
Yeah.
Like,
Because you also don't want other people to have a negative perception. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but men don't count.
Yeah.
Ever.
You can have an honest conversation with women.
I know, for real.
A girl could be like, turn around and be like, yes, ma'am.
Hell yeah.
Yes, for real. She's like, let me see that. Let me see those quotes. Like I've had like girls come and ask me if they could touch my shoulders and if they can touch my legs. Like they ask me, you know, and I'm like, okay, sure. I mean, I guess, but they'll never be like, do this, do that.
The ordering.
You know, it's the ordering, and I'm honestly still kind of getting used to it because it does happen when I go to more fitness events and expos where you're there as an athlete to take photos with these people, but there's a line that I'm still learning to navigate where it's like, smell my neck. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. It's so weird. Yeah. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Welcome to my live, our lives.
Conclusion.
And Chloe is
Don't
here.
let people smell you.
Thanks for
And
being
say
here,
goodbye to
Chloe.
Chloe. And thank her for being here and comment every nice little thing that you want to say about her. And also there's emails that we're getting where people are saying, hi, Kendall, Julia, and Chloe.
Yeah. The first one today said it.
Yeah.
Aw.
It's so cute. But anyways, y'all, we love you all so much. And you are more powerful than you think. Bye.